What's happening, everybody? Trey here, and today, reactions to the classics. It is time for another full album reaction. This time, going to be looking at Jake Bugg and his self-titled record from 2012 that got a lot of buzz and a lot of sales, especially over in the UK. I want to thank our longtime supporter, patron, and friend of the channel, BMac, for suggesting this one for us to dive into today. Never heard of Mr. Bugg here, so whenever Bruce spoke so highly of him and gave him kudos and said this is a record that Bruce was spinning a bunch back in the day, and so talented at such a young age, man, it piqued my interest. So I'm looking forward to diving into this today, and let's just get right into it then. So quick facts: this is the debut studio album, released, as I mentioned, October 2012 in the UK, April 2013 in the United States, debuted at 1 in the UK, has sold over 600,000 copies in the UK, and is the 57th best-selling record in the 2010s in the UK. So just a heavy hitter here, especially for someone's debut record. Nominated for the 2013 Mercury Prize. Rolling Stone had it as the 12th best record of 2013. Great scores all across the board, kind of enemy. Metacritic, the aggregation has it at an 80 out of 100 here. And a little bit about Jake himself, because I just wasn't aware. He's around my age, just a year older here. His parents were both musicians, and kind of that kind of helped inspire him, and he was set to perform the BBC introducing stage at the 2011 Glastonbury Festival at age 16 after submitting material to their website, and subsequently was signed to Mercury Records. His songs were then placed on various BBC radio playlists, and also was in a national beer commercial. So I guess that's how some of that buzz helped him. Whenever you got BBC behind you in England, man, you're already looking pretty good whenever you are set to debut your record, man. So obviously a lot of great buzz around him leading up to this, and then this debut record delivered. So I'm looking forward to diving into this one, y'all. Before we do, if you like this, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that big red subscribe button. And if you'd like to have somebody here at RTTC maybe react to something for you, you can check out our Patreon link down below. Shout out to the patrons who help keep this channel running. And due to copyright, music will not be here on YouTube, but there is also another link below where you can see the entire reaction with the full album included. All right, y'all. So now that housekeeping's out of the way, it's time. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start this off with a lightning bolt. There's 14 tracks on here. There's only one song that's in the 4 minutes. Everything else is mostly in the 2.5 to 3 minute range. So getting a lot of short and sweet tunes here. This was a single, went to 26 in the UK, his first top 40 hit there. The lightning bolt of the title represents a sudden and unexpected situation in which the singer finds himself, a burst of fortunate events. The chorus describes the singer as someone who takes everything that has been put on his plate for him. Quote, I just stand by and I wait my time, but he will take the chance when it comes his way. When I see the signs, I jump on that lightning bolt. He doesn't want to be one of those people who walk with gritted teeth and toe the line. Those who don't take chances and believe there aren't any answers. The song has been described as reminiscent of some early Beatles hits. It was likened to Buddy Holly, Johnny Cash, and early Dylan. Gained prominence in the UK after it was used as a backing track to a recording of the 100-meter win by Usain Bolt at the 2012 London Olympics. And in a 2013 interview, Jake detailed how the song was quickly made just by pure chance. It was just like 3 chords together waiting for a taxi, and I decided to put a little country melody and put one 3-note riff on it. So I always enjoy kind of hearing what the artist has to say, and for these records that were more recently released, you usually can find some nice tidbits and interviews that they have. So as always, going to have my lyrics pulled up here. Let's enjoy this, and let's get to it. Thanks again to BMac. Lightning Bolt. Do hear that early Dylan kind of influence in his vocal delivery a little bit, and just the amount of lyrics that were spit in a short amount of time as well kind of reminded me of that Dylan influence a little bit there, man. And I enjoyed how just how propulsive the track was, as well. One that was easy to just kind of get vibing with. I really liked the subject matter as well, just of that lightning bolt that the line in the chorus. They say you got to toe the line. They want the water, not the wine. But when I see the signs, I'll jump on that lightning bolt. Really, he's getting at kind of what I described at the start. Everybody's scared of this or that when maybe some adversity comes their way, or there's a chance to take. People playing it safe. And I like here that he showed both sides of it. There were certain instances where it worked out well for him, and then there were other instances where met her as the angels parted for her, but she only brought me torture. But that's what happens when it's you that's standing in the path of a lightning bolt. So we came across this gal. It was a chance, and maybe it didn't work out at the end of the day. And man, cool use of the electric guitar, kind of in the middle, sprang some additional energy and life into it. Just a melody that got stuck in my head really quick, and just kind of his old school, kind of folky, country, rock, just all blending into one. Vocal delivery, man, just a real throwback type of sound. And so my introduction to Jake Bugg, man, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And at the end too, man, he notes that he's lying back, gazing skyward, just in silence with this girl. When the moment got shattered, I remembered what she said, and then she fled into the path of a lightning bolt. Yeah, that riff was pretty tight too. So good way to start this record off. And now we're going to go to Two Fingers here, and this one was also a single and went to 28 in the UK. So let's see what we got here. Wow, Two Fingers coming in with another very catchy melody. Again, this kind of reminded me of a throwback song. I wonder if it's having to do with kind of a bit of a muddied production. I don't know if that's the right term that I'm looking for here, but I think you'll know what I mean whenever you listen to it. It's not just bombastic and just so crisp and clear like so many current songs are. It's got a little, it's a little rough around the edges production-wise, which I kind of enjoy. And here just a nice kind of pop tune that, again, as I mentioned, had a very catchy melody and some subject matter that I think a lot of people can relate to. I just really enjoy that first line. I drink to remember, I smoke to forget. Some things to be proud of, some stuff to regret. Then he notes, kind of going back, seeing some old buddies, rolling up a joint. And then that chorus, I think, kind of gets to the heart of the theme of this. So I kiss goodbye to every little ounce of pain, light a cigarette, and wish the world away. Run into these things to, kind of, just numb the life and forget about the bad things and hope to make some good memories along the way. I like, and then the title comes in, so I hold two fingers up to yesterday, light a cigarette and smoke it all away. I got out, I'm alive, and I'm here to stay. Kind of getting out of that toxic environment, whatever that may be. And that's why I like this tune. You can kind of put it in your own situation, whether it's a toxic relationship, just a toxic job, a toxic town, whatever the case may be. And then he kind of touches on that in verse 2, especially kind of with the yelling between the parents. And yeah, man, those two fingers, I'm assuming the two middle fingers is what Jake's doing, man. You got to have that attitude sometimes to just say, you know what, F it, man. I'm gonna just seize the day. So another nice tune here, and now we go to Taste It, track number 3. It's also the title of a 4-track EP he came out with. Yet again, another single. We're having these singles just popping up. Went to 90 in the UK. All right, Taste It coming in short, sweet, 2.5-minute track. Again, a bit continuing on with the theme that we had in Two Fingers, where it seems here, he's going on, maturing, and going on to greener pastures and whatnot. And I'm liking the subject matter because it reflects what a a teenager, which is what he was whenever he wrote these tunes, was kind of thinking of. But he's tackling it from a mature bent, and I'm impressed with how articulate he is on these ideas here. He says, "Whole of my life I've been left behind, but I've never felt more alive." Talked about, whenever you're leaving, you got to say goodbye to people. Looked in your eyes, said the saddest goodbye, but I've never felt more alive. That excitement of growing up, coming of age, and being able to kind of take on the world. It's apparent in Jake's enthusiasm whenever he was delivering these lines as well. And again, more upbeat instrumentally here. Had that proposal drum beat that was keeping the track going along at a good clip. But yeah, man, all in all, another fine tune. Again, about that camaraderie coming in. Yeah, and this road between us, man, it's been a long, hard drive. You pay for it in the morning when your best friend is denied. Talking about how the journey's going fast. I hope it's going to last because I've never felt more alive. Again, energetic tune, which I think fit the subject matter quite well. And now we're going to Seen It All. This one was also a single, went to 61 in the UK. Just singles popping off left and right, but I can't blame them, man. I've liked every tune I've heard thus far. All right, Seen It All. Jake describing here a story that about a night that went sour, man. That Friday night, he's building the atmosphere in that first verse. Getting with his buddies, gonna crash a party. He goes there. It belongs to a gangster's crew, though. Everybody has a knife. They're shining the light in his face, which he kind of circles back around towards the very end. And then he notes in that chorus, "I've seen it all. I've seen it all. Nothing shocks me anymore." After tonight, then he notes that they took a guy outside and someone stabbed him with a knife. Okay, that danger is kind of ramping up here, and he notes after tonight, I've seen the light, but not the kind I would have liked. Again, kind of that growing up, I think, maturing, getting thrown into the deep end, if you will, and showing that, hey, man, not everybody's going to have your best interest out for you. My least favorite tune that I've heard thus far, but, still kind of liked a bit of the catchiness there. It's just not necessarily my cup of tea, that type of sound, man. And now we're moving on to Simple As This. It was also featured in the movie The Fault in Our Stars. Little throwback. That was popular when I was in high school, that movie, man, and book. Jake noted this was a strange song because life in general, you come across a lot of barriers, and sometimes you just want to push through things and just try to find an answer for everything. Try in every way, but in the end, it's not that simple. All right, I can get behind that, Jake. So let's see what he's got. I really liked what Jake had to say on this one. Again, talking about all the different places and things that he's looking for answers in, and yet at the end of the day, he recognizes, man, that that maybe these don't have the answers for him. It's not that simple. Talking about tried to find it in a bottle, came back again high on a hash pipe of good intent, but it only brought me down. Tried institutions of the mind and soul. It only taught me what I should not know. Oh, and the answer, who would have guessed, it could be something as simple as this. You had the harmonica kind of coming in, again, just a pleasant, light melody that helped draw my attention to the lyricism. He notes that he traveled, he saw all the world, he memorized Confucius and all that he said, but it only let him down. So all this philosophy is not helping him. All the stuff he's seen isn't really giving him the answer. He tried liberation of his own free will, but it left him looking to get higher still. Oh, and the answer we could have guessed could be something as simple as this. God knows how I could have missed something as simple as this. I think the simple as this thing is just being present. Got to live in the moment of what you're doing. Stop looking for every answer and this or that. Just got to live your life, your own unique life, and what you bring to the world, man, and be happy and try to be content in that. So thank you, Jake, for that reminder. That's what I got from the tune. And now we're going to the shortest track on this record. We have Country Song less than 2 minutes. This was also a single, went to 100 in the UK. Country song coming in here. I like how almost self-aware the tune is, because he is singing an old country song from his the strings of his old rusty guitar. Again, a melody that was pretty and reflected that idea of him wanting to get with this gal. So yeah, man. I mean, it's a simple tune, on the surface, but simple doesn't mean that it can't hit you, man. And this was a pleasant song, man. I don't have too much more to add to that, but I did like how he said, "I'm gonna sing you an old country song from the heart, from the strings of this old rusty guitar." I mean, he was doing exactly that. So I thought that was a little tight in there. And now we're going to go to the track Broken, which has an interesting little backstory to it. It is the single. It went to 44 in the UK. There are two versions of the song, all right? The original, which is the one we're listening to today. And there was also a re-recording, which is not on the album, but was released as an official single in 2013. The former, the one we're listening to, was written by Jake Bugg and Crispin Hunt, with Hunt also handling production duties. In early 2013, Jake worked with the legendary producer Rick Rubin on a new version of Broken to be released as the final single from his debut album. The new version, recorded at Rubin's famed Shangri-La Studios in Malibu, California, featured drumming by Chad Smith of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. The recording sessions at Shangri-La Studios inspired the title of Jake Bugg's second album, where much of it was also recorded with Rick Rubin. Man, being a teenager and already getting an audience with Rubin is a big deal, man. So I'll have to go after this and listen to that version, because here we got the album version, which doesn't have Chad Smith, doesn't have Rubin, but I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, with the longest tune on here at 4 minutes and 6 seconds. So let's see what Jake's got. This had one of my favorite progressions on the album, because we started just really, stripped back, just with that acoustic guitar melody coming in, and then kind of ramped up as we hit the chorus with the percussion coming in there, and a bit more zest and energy coming in before bringing it back down, then back up again. I thought the movements in the track were pretty solid here, and again, I'm not sure how to interpret the lyrics exactly. Definitely seems like him, and he's obviously heartbroken. Is he heartbroken because this gal kind of broke up with him? There's not that love there, or is there something deeper here with this girl? She says, "Let them over to your house where I'm broken, down by the people if they let you breathe. Don't give a damn if you still can't see. Still my heart beats for you." So you almost wonder in that regard, did an accident happen? Is she really injured? Is she dead? We don't fully know this, and that's that leaves us as the listener to kind of read between the lines and interpret what we want to. It's "Run to the lobby where I saw you try. Don't give a damn for your reasons why. Where so feels why I'm broken, down in the valley where the church bells ring." And then I think we did have some bells kind of in that section, which was tight. "I'll lead them over to your eyes." So man, I like what Jake was bringing here. I'm definitely going to have to check out how Rubin's fingerprints got on this as well, because I think you could even pump this up more, especially with a drummer like Chad Smith. So looking forward to that. And now it's to Trouble Town, man. We're gonna keep the trouble a brewing here. This was actually the lead single, so that's interesting to note here with how many strong tunes we've already had as singles. So let's hear what we got. Trouble Town coming in, man. Reminded me of the opener, Lightning Bolt. Just again with that kind of crude production, again thrown back to that early kind of mid 60s singer-songwriter movement. Reminded me of something that could have fit on Dylan's debut, where he did all those covers, and kind of, again, it was just very bare bones, stripped back. So enjoyed the vocals on this. I kind of like whenever he gets a little more gritty and rough with his vocal performance, as opposed to some of these more kind of poppier tunes where he lets his voice kind kind of get a little higher in register and whatnot. It kind of goes a little all over the place. I like this side of Jake here, and he notes that the line "Stuck in Speed Bump City" is his favorite on the record, and he said it was about getting out of his hometown of Clifton, Nottingham, and how impressive it had seemed. And I mean that really kind of comes through in the lyrics here. He notes, sitting on the pavement, boy, you missed your payment, and they're going to find you soon. If there's a beating in the rain, if there's a little bit of pain, man, you're the one it happens to. He notes that he talking about wanting to get out and better himself. People just laugh at him, this or that. It kind of makes me think of some of the small towns I know around here, man, where if you don't get out soon, if you don't get out at around Jake's age or, early 20s, this or that, you might just kind of get stuck into that cycle of familiarity and be in that troubled town. Some people, that's their jam. That's what they like to do, and I definitely respect that. But for others, man, it kind of seems that can hold them back. And Jake's getting to that there, and that concept. And now we're going to Ballad of Mr. Jones. Speaking of Dylan here, this song finds the narrator watching from the periphery as a man seeks revenge on the people who killed his wife. Bugg described this as the darkest song on the album. He explained to NME, it's about three blokes who get away with it, If you listen to the story and the lyrics, it's very dark. Ooh, all right, well, you have my interest now, Jake. Ballad of Mr. Jones. I already got to heart that, man. I've liked a lot of tunes on this record so far, but this one definitely is my favorite. Just so gripping, the story in here. Just from that first line, there's a blind man in the witness stand with three young men's lives in his hand. Just that concept, the blind man in the witness stand, that dichotomy there. There's a poor boy who stood at the scene who will be haunted by the dirty things he's seen. A production value as well. I liked what they did kind of with the effects on the guitar. Gave it a bit of that grittiness in there. And then he notes that the jury knew all the accused because now they're going to be running free when they left her cold and bruised. Sorry, Mr. Jones, we did all we could. So Mr. Jones, our protagonist here, and he comes in verse 2, and he finds the people who did it, and he's drunk. He gives them retribution for their twisted ways. Now Mr. Jones is going down for years instead of days. So the whole system was messed up, from the blind man on the witness stand, from the people on the jury that knew the perpetrators, to then now Mr. Jones had to take it into his own hands. Now he's the one being thrown in when really they all should have been thrown in initially, the people who did this, man. Wow, really, really strong tune. Again, love just kind of the ominous type of vibe musically that we had as well. I liked what Jake was doing on the guitar with that. I don't know all the different effects and whatnot, but all I know is that I liked it, and really, really strong tune there. And now we're going to go to Slide. Poor Jake, man. His relationships... They're a little tough on this record, man, but hey, that heartbreak can bring forth some good lyrics, as it did here. Again, kind of setting that outdoorsy setting and theme with the imagery coming in. I've got autumn leaves and heartbreak dreams inside, because you and me on this frozen sea, we slide, we slide. He notes, don't know how to take it in. Is love just suffering? Because I can see where the chapter ends. As he knows this relationship, it begins, but there's going to be that end point there, and then that heartbreak's going to happen. And is that love worth the suffering? Many men and women have asked that in music throughout the years, and Jake is following in their footsteps on this one. Again, solid, just pleasant, kind of stripped back tune, especially coming off the previous song, which was very, kind of intense and heavy. I like that in the track list, and kind of mellowing it back, taking us through the gamut of emotions here on this record. So a pleasant tune, not going to be on my favorites or anything, but hey man, I still enjoyed it for sure. And now we're going to go to Someone Told Me. Just like Slide, man, we have a gal that's out here breaking poor JB's heart over here. Again, I like the acoustic guitar. It was not one of the more memorable melodies I've heard, and lyrically a bit more basic, I think, as well. just compared to a lot of his other work on here. So this is going to be towards the bottom of the barrel for me from what I've heard on this album up to this point. Again, not an offensive song or anything, but I think quite the opposite. Just kind of inoffensive, just kind of there for my personal taste. But that concept again, people can get behind. Someone told me a girl I liked fell in love, and all I did was cry. Man, poor Jake, getting his heart broke left and right. Hopefully, after the gals hear this record though, and see and hear his talent, that he had better luck in the years after this. But yeah, man, not much more to add on that one. And now we're gonna go to Note to Self. Let's see what advice Jake has for us here. All right, Note to Self coming in here. Jake telling this gal who's not the highest self-esteem about herself to, hey, write a note to yourself. Tell you the good things about you. So when you're feeling down, you can kind of read that. He knows your best is good enough. So pick the pin up. Some of the production, and again, that vocal delivery especially kind of reminded me of a kind of early Kinks action here, a little Ray Davies vocal delivery, and of course making it his own. But that's some influence that I could pick up on, and I'm sure Jake is well versed in the classics here. I again like that kind of throwback production on this tune that we've had on stuff like Lightning Bolt and on Troubletown. We were kind of half and half with modern and throwback kind of on the production on this one, which I thought was a good blend, good balance here. Definitely a step up from the previous tune, I think, on both the music and lyric front. So yeah, man, I like that, and just again another way to show Jake's kind of introspective and its soft side here, and just hyping this girl up, kind of a good message that I think everybody needs to hear. Don't be too hard on yourself, man. So I like what he had to say, and now we're gonna go to our penultimate track. What a quick moving record. We have Someplace, and it was said that he wrote this when he was 15 years old. So shout out. I know when I was 15, I wasn't out here writing tunes that would be on really acclaimed records. Man, yet again, poor Jake. I said in the reaction for about the 20th time, the guy getting his heart broken here. He notes that don't go away. I need you to say, I want to go someplace and find you there. And yes, you just run to him, and I'll be down on my knees begging you, don't. I love you. Again, he conveys his passion, his heart on his sleeve here, and is able to kind of bring forth that pain one would feel if, hey man, I want to be with you, and yet you're just running to some other guy. Come on, what's up with that? Again, that guitar work, again, very stripped back, very pleasant, easy on the ears. I know I'm a broken record in that regard, but it is a very pleasant, easy to listen to record from start to finish here. We had a couple times where the drumming and the guitar just ramped up, kind of peaks, and then goes back down to being more mellow and chill here. Yeah, man. Another tune that is kind of going to be middle of the road for me on this record, but it's still a strong effort here by Jake. And now we're gonna finish the record off with Fire. Only a minute 46. After that, y'all, I will be hitting up what tracks were my favorites off of this and get him an overall score. All right, Fire, ending off Jake Bugg's self-titled debut record here, and I really appreciated kind of the crude production on this one. I think it almost just showcases, hey man, this is kind of where I started. Just him, again, very kind of muddied production quality here. Just Jake on his guitar, just laying something down here. I wonder here again if we have a little Dylan inspiration with My Girl Baby Blue, it's all over now, baby blue. And I also was wondering, hey man, is this the girl from the previous tune? Will you come back home to me for this darkest night? Won't ever let her be. Yeah, just all in all, another solid track, and I like the way that he ended the record off like this. Again, kind of showing just that indie kind of roots that he's coming from, and being able to still make good music from that. So now, y'all, it is time for my favorite tunes on Jake Bugg's record. We did it, y'all. I gotta say, that was a quick record to go through. It was 14 tracks, about 39 minutes. Didn't seem like it though. I guess since there were so many tracks and they just kind of were one right after another, going quick. My favorite has to be Ballad of Mr. Jones. Really thought that his maturity there, the intelligence of the lyricism in the story was just a step above everything else on this record, and that is saying something because there's a lot of great lyricism on this album. I gotta go with Simple as This as another favorite, and also throw some love to Lightning Bolt and Trouble Town with their kind of production quality, that old school, almost a 60s type of production and vibe there. So really good, and I also liked Two Fingers as well. That I think the first half was the first side was better than the second, but all in all, man, a solid album, which will now take me to my overall score. Jake Bugg coming in here as a teenager, man, very impressive to be laying this down with the maturity that he did for some subject matters that had to deal with some intense topics at points. I thought his ability to kind of relate to his audience, the people who would be listening to his music, while also leave an interpretation for those that have already maybe lived through his experience and have decades on him, was again another kind of feather in his cap, if you will. Really solid sense and ear of melody. I thought his guitar work was impressive for his age as well, and lended well to the tracks. Were exactly what they needed to be most of the time. Very simple, stripped back, kind of let his voice highlight as well. And he had moments where he kind of went into that more pop-centric voice, which I'm not the biggest fan of, kind of letting kind of his notes go out at that higher register. But then there are other times, like on Ballad of Mr. Jones, where he was able to kind of go with that deeper, grittier voice. We had that on Lightning Bolt as well, and a couple others. So again, showing that versatility there. Definitely somebody to keep an ear on. I know he's released 3 more records since then, so I'm gonna have to go and give a sampling of what he has to offer from there. And so for me, I'm going at a solid 7 out of 10 on this album after first listen here, and I think this is a debut anybody would be proud of, but especially somebody who was just a teenager writing this, and I'm glad that it resonated, especially over in the UK for people in that early kind of 2010s period. And so thank you to BMac for putting Jake Bugg on my radar, and hopefully on yours as well. Be sure to give him some love down in the comments, and if you're familiar with this record, let me know your favorite tunes and what you think of the rest of his catalog, any other tunes to check out from him. And until next time, y'all, thanks so much for watching, happy listening, and until next time, I will see you.